Howdy y'all, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. Today's going to be the first video in a short series of videos I plan to make about the distinctly old world homes of massive size we see being created from roughly the year 1570 through the year 1620. Now, in conducting old world research, one of the most interesting aspects that stands out to me are the unique timelines that we are presented with. No matter what corner of Earth we scour for details, there seems to be a timeline already in place within the history books, and all accompanying buildings seem to fall within this timeline. Now, if you're familiar with my previous work, you know I enjoy presenting the current narrative, if only to be able to find inconsistencies within the story that we are told. The 14, 15, and early 1600s are very interesting to me for this reason. During that time period, it seems, is when many of the buildings that we consider to be old world begin to take shape. The timeline will tell us this is in due part due to the rediscovery of Vitruvius's book on architecture. I've mentioned it previously, but everything about the old world architecture stems from this book by Vitruvius, from pillars to crown molding to harmony within design. The intrepid ideas that appeared to be lost after the fall of Rome and the Phantom 1000 years in general seem to come to an end with the ancient Roman building techniques that are rediscovered in Vitruvius's work. And thus, we have a rapid expanse of architecturally astounding buildings that begin to rise up in the 14, 15, and 1600s. Interesting, to say the least. However, when we look at the palaces specifically in England, it becomes even more fascinating. That these massive, astounding, physically imposing structures are homes. Specifically, they are homes designed for royalty. Now, what really grinds my gears is the current narrative will tell us that these homes, palaces of the grandest design, for the most part, had nothing to do with the same royalty that they were intended to house, and instead, they were designed as a way to tempt said royalty into staying at said palace. See, during this time period, the Queen enjoyed being courted by what she deemed to be her loyal subjects. One of the main aspects of her queenship was her almost constant traveling around the different lands of her kingdom. As the Queen and her closest subjects would travel from area to area, they would need somewhere to stay. And this is where we get the construction of these massive palaces. They were known as Prodigy Homes, and they were constructed not by the Queen or her court, but instead by those in the land of which the Queen was visiting, who hoped to impress her enough with the castle-like structure that she may stay there for a few nights. It was all a popularity game at this point, and to be on the good side of the Queen and the royal family had many benefits. To have the Queen stay at your palace was considered to be a gift from God that could change the entire fortune of your family. Interestingly, the palaces were constructed so lavish and large, not only to impress the Queen, but also to be able to house her royal posse. It is said up to 150 guests would travel with the Queen as she made her rounds around the English countryside. For the Queen to even consider staying at a certain Prodigy home, it must have been capable of housing her entire guest list. homes had a rather Florentine or French influence, with more freedom in the construction and design. Now, Elizabeth I, the last Tudor monarch, passed away in the early 1600s, and with her passing, the architectural styles of England seemed to grow and transform. But for the 50-year period from 1570 to 1620, it seems her rule and her queen lifestyle had a massive influence on constructing some of the grandest, seldom heard about buildings in all of Europe. I'm going to end the video there for now. This is just part one, when I wanted to share with you an introduction to some of these Prodigy homes and present some of the more well-known ones with you. In the second part, we'll take a look at some more Prodigy homes, and we'll look at the Prodigy homes of myth and legend, many of which no longer exist. I'll also take a look more in depth at some of the more remarkable features that can be found in some of these Prodigy homes. So I hope you enjoyed the video and the pictures presented. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. I'm really happy to share this work with you, and I'm happy to hear what you have to say in the comments down below. Like I said, I'm working on part 2 right now, so be on the lookout for that in the oncoming weeks. And in the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, I would also recommend checking out some of my other videos about the old world. There's a lot of really interesting content in there, and you can make a lot of ties to the newer videos that I've released. So if you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up, please subscribe, and I will see you very soon on the next video. Thank you so much for being here.